Are you a man of power? Is the brand new biblical question. Are you a man of power? It's such a profound question. And the reason I ask these biblical questions, as you know, I want people to start thinking for themselves again. The way they did when I was growing up. It's abnormal to let others think for you and you don't think for yourself. It's abnormal when that happens. And we have a world now, inside the church and outside the churches, where people are not thinking for themselves. They don't think for themselves. And you have a world where men are looking to other men to lead them, especially in the black community. It's the darndest thing I ever seen, but I know why it is. But just know I have no physical leader. I have no physical thinker for me. I think for myself. I remember when I first moved to Los Angeles, I started listening to the race hustlers, the enemies of the truth, like the NAACP, Jesse Jackson and Maxine Waters and all those people. And they were pushing evil. They were pushing lies. And I believed in that lie for a while. And they were thinking for me. And whatever they said, whatever the media said, I believed it. But once I overcame the anger, I came back to myself. And I started thinking for myself. As a matter of fact, the beginning of me thinking again for myself, well, when I start to question things, if white people are holding black people back, why is it that these black people who are pushing this are doing well? Louis Farrakhan, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, and all these so-called black leadership, they were living high on the hog. Living high on the hog while saying that white people were holding black people back. They were living in, and still are, amazing homes in amazing neighborhoods. They didn't live in the hoods. They were making buku money. Their kids were going to the best schools. Some of them were married. And I'm like, well, why is it that the whites are not holding them back? And that's when things start to roll over for me so I can see. And it's amazing to see adult men looking for, and I say men because it's abnormal for men to have human beings over them. And believe me, it's causing a real mess, too. It's not like working out well for them that they have these people thinking for them. So I ask these biblical questions that you might start examining thyself, know thyself, so you can start thinking for yourself. The same thing with a preacher. Those who go to churches around the country and around the world, the preacher is not supposed to think for you. He's supposed to point you back to the source within you that will guide you. Why is it that the preacher knows more than you know, and where is he getting his information from? And why can't you get your information from there? You know what I mean? You got to come back to common sense. So that's why I ask these biblical questions in hopes that I can point you back to the source that's guiding me. And that source is within. It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual battle. You know things are bad when Americans are destroying the greatest country on this side of heaven, following some radical black fat lesbians and destroying America. You know these are people who are not thinking for themselves. It's crazy. And the men are right along with it. They are going along with it. And you hear some of them calling the show. The black men think like black women, like mama, not like men. They have no logic. It's amazing It's just mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing, but I understand. It's a spiritual battle. If the mothers are running their home, the boys are going to come out thinking like women and killing themselves and becoming drug addicts and gang members and slut makers and all kinds of stuff. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the JLP Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.